Hey, it's A Nikki Beyond the Scene, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another beat with me. And if you're not, welcome back. So today we are talking about the Sephora girlies, aka the teens that be clearing the shelves and everything like that. And people have been complaining, particularly adults who have an issue with the teens being all up in Sephora, destroying shelves, etc. Although there is no excuse for anybody to be destroying merchandise from an establishment, there should be repercussions for that. But there are a lot of adults who have a huge issue with the teens infiltrating Sephora stores at an alarming rate. And people are just trying to figure out, well, why is that happening? Like, why? To be completely honest, the kids have nothing to do outside. Everything they want to do is all influenced by the internet. They want to be whoever they want to be on the internet. So many people are online, and a lot of these teens want to be like their favorite influencer. They want what they have, especially when it comes to the skincare and the makeup girlies. They want to follow that. Again, it comes down to these kids just not having anything to do. If especially growing up in this generation, most of these kids get thrown a freaking iPad in their face. They get an iPhone, some sort of smartphone. If they're acting a little rowdy and a parent doesn't want to actually parent them, they're going to give them a phone. And that's that. They don't try to actually talk with them. They don't try to give them something that's more, productive. Like, here, read a book. Even though I don't think reading a book should be served as a punishment. But they don't get any of that stuff. They don't get the whole, hey, let's actually take a walk to the park. Let's go to the park. Let's go bike riding or something like that. You don't really hear teens talk about that as much anymore. The whole idea of just going outside to play. Like, I kid you not, I love seeing children playing outside. Like, when I see it, I'm in awe because I'm like, it's such a lost outdoor activity. Because again, everyone's face is in their phone. And again, these parents just don't want to parent. That's why for me, I'm not exactly surprised, nor am I bothered by the teens being all up in Sephora, because at the end of the day, I think it just falls on the lack of parenting that they have. Why are they in these stores? Why are the parents just dropping them off and be like, all right, here you go? And it's not to say that it never happened back in the day. Like, I'm not that old, okay? I went to the mall and stuff like that. I walked around. I never destroyed anything. I was never on that type of time. But I get the idea. Everyone has lollygagged at the mall. I still lollygag at the mall every now and then because the mall's a vibe. I just feel like a lot of parents just drop their kids off, just kind of let them do what they want. Again, everyone's stuck in here. And then on top of that, I also think there's a lot of, everyone's online. Almost everybody has a social media account in some form. So I feel like with the parents being online and the children being online, they're kind of in this shared space. So what the child might want from something online, the parent might also want that as well. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to go out together and try to find whatever it is that they want, that they're being influenced by. And especially when it comes to the makeup girlies. Most of these women, parents out here, the mothers, they're probably up in the Sephora's too. They want the skincare, they want the makeup. So what they gonna do? Bring the kids along. There's this shared interest, because again, everyone's online. They're more than likely seeing the same feed, and then if the child wants it, probably the parent wants it too. You know what I'm saying? And now it becomes like this family outing, and we're all up in Sephora. And this is just my theory. It's not something that I've read anywhere, but I'm just thinking like, okay, we're all online together. They're probably sharing that with each other and being influenced by the similar things. So again, it's an influx of these girls, mainly girls. Things just have shifted. The interests have shifted. And again, what do these girls have? Nobody is going outside, whether you are a child or an adult. Nobody is really going outside like that. Like, even in my adult years, I still find it hard to find things to do outside because everything is either way too expensive or very far, or it just honestly doesn't really make sense for the vibe that I am trying to go for with me and my friends. Like, everything just seems like such an inconvenience to everyone. It's like everything is such an inconvenience. It's like you don't even want to try anymore. Like just being outside is so hard. Literally, you go outside, you sneeze one time, and you just spend $200 something. And then I also feel like there's a lack of incentive as well for children to be outside. Like, I feel like back in the day, at least with the commercials that we used to see, we used to see the toys, and it could be like this person, it could be like that, this and that, blah blah blah. You had the Nerf stuff. I don't want to say the actual, pew pew, but you had the Nerf pew pews that shot the little darts. You had the little beach balls or whatever. You had the little slip and slide. Like it was so many like outdoor, toys for kids to play with, and it brought out a certain nature in the child, and I feel like it gave them an incentive to want to be outside, to want to hang out with other people. Now, with the phones is in your face, it's like why do I have to go outside when I can literally talk to the people I want to talk to right here? I don't have to move anything. It kind of makes people lazy, if that makes sense. And if they do go outside, that's when I feel like a different incentive kind of comes into play. Then they're trying to get something. It's like if I go outside, I'm actually going to try and get something. And that's when it gets to the whole influencer conversation. It's like a lot of these girls and boys or whoever, they're on these apps looking at their faves and they want what they have. Their new toys is a skincare routine package. Nobody's shopping for dolls. Nobody's shopping for no race car track. You know what I'm saying? No one's shopping for that. They're shopping for what's that new game? What's that new makeup line that my fave is using? So they could get it and go back to school and tell their little friends, like, yo, this is what I got from the Sephora, da da da, boom, 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 boom. And it's just like, that's what it just means to them, and they're not thinking about how much it costs. They're not thinking about how badly it can affect their skin, because that was another part of this conversation, is that when, the girlies that be going in there, they're young, but they're buying products that may not be suited for their skin because they're young, because their skin hasn't really, it's still in its developing stages. Like they're going to be, they're going to be going through a lot. So imagine putting those kind of heavy products on a young face. That could do a lot of damage. So that's another conversation with that. It's like they just don't know the consequences of anything. All they think is, my fave got this thing and I want what they have so I can tell my little friends. I think that's just where their mind is at. So again, for them, Sephora ain't just a makeup store. It's their Toys R Us. But one thing I would say, because low-key my camera has died, so I'm gonna make it real quick. I would say the adults who are very upset, y'all gotta question yourselves, especially if some of y'all have children. You have to question your parenting style. You have to question what is it that you're doing that's making your child feel like they gotta, do what the Sephora girls are doing and just be kind of glued to that. Are you giving them something to do that's productive? Or are you just slapping technology in their face and walking away because, yay, they get to shut up for 15 minutes and now you don't have to be bothered for 15 minutes because you don't have to do the work now because they're distracted by this. So, you have to start questioning that. And that's why I was a little weary about the adults kind of complaining. I'm like, you the adult in this situation. You literally have the power to change their lifestyle, their growing lifestyle. You could say, hey, put the phone down, let's play a board game as a family, let's play a little board game, or let's do this, that, or let's go outside, let's check this out. Literally little stuff like that doesn't cost much can go a long way, because then they actually get to appreciate those things. I ain't no parent, I ain't got no kids, so I really can't speak much to that. I'm just giving my observations, but I just think some people need to start questioning their parenting style and what they be doing, because that is a huge reason as to why the girls are like that.